about Bristol Rovers, you've created nearly 60 chances across 2 games. You're out the cup. You lost 3-1 in the league. It's quite unbelievable, really.
Yeah, one of the better performances we've had this season was against them in the league at home. But again, we created so many chances, we couldn't quite get the ball in the back of the net. But I think at the same time, we should have gone on to win that game 1-0, even because the goals we conceded weren't good enough. So it's just about being better in both boxes.
The goals are starting to flow now for you, aren't they?
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, I've had 2 now. Yeah, could do with a few more, but yeah, better than my usual standards.
You must be pleased though to get on the score sheet, because we've just been talking to Tyrell Clark that the goal scoring record this season is good and it needs everyone to chip in, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course, and it's something that I definitely need to sort of add to my game. With my size in the box and stuff, I could think I definitely need to be more aggressive and sort of get on the end of corners more and get on the end of crosses and stuff like that for wide free kicks, etc. It's something that I need to improve on, but hopefully it's sort of going in the right direction.
I imagine when Corey O'Keefe lines up an assist at the minute and lines up across, everyone's licking their lips. He's putting up some phenomenal numbers this year.
Yeah, his delivery's been unbelievable so far this season, and I think without his assist we wouldn't have a lot of goals have come from him this season. So I think it's a credit to him to always putting the ball where it needs to be.
It's another set piece goal as well. I believe you've equalled your number of set piece goals from last season already. Do you put a lot of that down to Conor Harahan, the work he's been doing?
Yeah, the work that Conor does with the set pieces is really good. A lot of the time this season, I've had different roles in those sort of set pieces, but I think the work that he's doing has been really good. Him and Ed have been working really hard, and they created opportunities for us, which is good.
Is it a fun part of training really to get to work on that and work on different things and new things? Because it'd be very easy just as a centre half to run forward and just try and plant your head on something.
Yeah, it is. There's always sort of little tweaks and stuff that we make during training, and it's again, like you said, it's quite fun and positive because we can sort of have our input and explain to Conor what we think, and he can explain to us what he thinks and Ed think, and I think it's good that we sort of work together as the staff and the players work together to create better opportunities for us from set pieces.
Has he been somebody that's been really useful to have around this year, Conor Harahan?
Yeah, I think his experience sort of as a player and the career he's had has been unbelievable. So I think it's always good. You can always peck his head with questions, and he's happy to sort of help the players all the time. And I think he's been really good with a lot of players.
How are you now, fitness wise? Do you feel back 100%?
Yeah, I feel much better. I think the gaffer sort of got me into the games because I came back a little bit early. He sort of let me get into the games a little bit slower, bringing me off at 60 minutes, which was good because I wasn't risking too much. But now I'm sort of feeling a lot better. Still may take 1 or 2 games to get back to peak performance, but I think I'm pretty much there now, and I'm looking forward to the games coming up.
And look, you've got players back from injury, you're hoping to make a few additions in the transfer market, and you're already well placed. Do you kind of feel at the minute now that the time is ready to kick on this season?
Yeah, I think so. I think with the recent run we've had, we would like that to carry on longer, and it probably should have done with the again like with the performance against Bristol. But I think we've grown so much as a team over the season. I think we're finally sort of just about getting into our stride. The amount of chances we're creating at the moment is phenomenal, but we just need to make sure that we're keeping out of our net better because, like I said, the goals we conceded on Saturday were sloppy. But yeah, it's the most comfortable and most positive I think a lot of the players have felt at this moment in time. I think it's definitely something that we can build on again still.
Is the focus now on really chasing down that top 4 and trying to move away from the pack of teams that you're in?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the focus is obviously to climb as much as we can do in the league, and again, with the league being so tight and it also being League One, no game is a gimme, but if you can go and string a few wins on the bounce together, you see yourself climb that table so easily. So it's something that we're definitely looking to strive for. Yeah.
Nearly a year for you at the club. How have you found your first 12 months as a Barnsley player?
Yeah, I've loved it. I've loved every second of it. The club's it's been amazing for me. It's been a great new start. It's been the fans and the sort of the staff and everyone around the place has just been absolutely fantastic. So I've really enjoyed my time here so far. Players have been brilliant as well. Are
you glad that you made the move? Do you feel like you've managed to step up?
Yeah, definitely. I think my performances have improved. I think it's been a good step up for me to sort of be challenging higher up the league in this league. And again, like I've enjoyed every minute of it. The football we've been playing at times has been really fun to be involved in. I've enjoyed the challenges. I've enjoyed, every aspect of being a Barnsley player so far.
And do you feel like you've got a group capable of going all the way this season? Because I imagine one of the things that you looked at when you joined was the potential of playing into the Championship.
Yeah, of course. And I think the group we've got at the moment has been, again, is a really good group. Some of the players we've got are absolutely fantastic. And, like I said, we've been building and we've been growing as a team so much this season. I've seen massive improvements in everyone. And I think, I don't see why not. We can't go and, again, string a few results together and just keep climbing, and you never know what can happen.
Stevenage this weekend, the away trip down there was certainly a day to forget. You owe the fans one, don't you, and to put that one right?
Of course, yeah. I've said it a couple of times so far. I think we've grown so much the team since then, and it's something that we do need to put right. At home against Stevenage, they're a tough team to play against. They'll always make it difficult for you. Especially away from home, it was a very difficult game for us, and we didn't come out very well from that game. But hopefully, we can put it right this Saturday.
And you might have already won a couple of home games in 2025, but there's still a lot of work to do at Oakwell, isn't there, to really pet that record up?
Yeah, of course. Home form's again something that we've always sort of struggled with since I've been here. But it's something that we're definitely trying to improve on, definitely working on, being harder to beat at home. And again, I feel like we're stepping in the right direction slowly but surely.
Top man, thanks Josh.
Thank you very much.
Hi Josh.
Hi mate.
When you came in last year, obviously it was sort of halfway through the season, obviously, and you're coming into a team that was already sort of up there, and I know you got welcomed in nicely, but is it a bit different and maybe even sort of more meaningful this time because you've been here since the very first kicks of pre-season? If you were to go all the way to have this full season at Barnsley, it would be even better.
Yeah, I think it's helped if anything as well. Last season was again a bit unfortunate. We had a bit of poor run towards the end of the season, which let us down massively. But since obviously I've been here from the start of this season, it's been nice to get a full season under the belt. And yeah, probably would mean a little bit more to have my first full season here and strive to get promoted.
We spoke last season about you'd never really been in a promotion challenge before. Obviously you were and got really far in playoff semi-final. Does that, I know you're a pretty experienced player anyway, but does that sort of experience of that running help you a bit this time personally?
I think so, yeah. I mean, every experience is a good experience. Although it ended up being a bit of a negative one, you can only take positives from it that we've got there, and I've been there and I've experienced it now. So you can only learn from those sort of experiences, like you said, yeah.
Obviously, as you mentioned, it sort of didn't go the way you wanted in the last quarter of the season. But does this seem to you the team that's only going to get stronger and stronger as you go into those sort of like spring months?
Yeah, I feel the performances and stuff have slowly, just gradually, increased in how the quality and the chance we created and stuff. Again, it's something that I think we need to work on a little bit, is just defending our box better. And there's been games we've done that brilliantly, but there's times where whether it's a little lapse of concentration or whatever, but we need to definitely improve on that. But again, yeah, the performances have been really, really good, and again, been trending upwards. So I think it's a good group we've got here, and it's exciting to see how we get on at the end of the season.
Obviously, when yourself was injured for that month or so was Mark Roberts as well, and it seemed like quite a big blow, but obviously you must have been pleased with the way the players like Donovan Pines and Conor McCarthy stepped in and showed what they can do.
Yeah, exactly, and I think that shows the depth we've got as well in the squad. There's some players that don't get as much minutes as they'd like, but when they're called upon, they've been performing absolutely fantastic, and again, they give us me and Robbo, quite a good fight for our places and stuff to get back in the team, But again, it keeps us, trying to sort of, our performances have got to be keeping on, like, being really, really good, because otherwise someone else is going to take our spot quite quickly.
And just lastly for me, Stevenage, they've got quite an unusual record, really, really low scoring games, loads of clean sheets, not scored many themselves, especially away from home. I mean, does that sort of indicate what kind of game it might be? Quite a tough team to break down?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's what Stevenage are all about. They're a really tough team to break down. And they're a very aggressive side. They've got good ball carriers in wider areas and stuff, so it's something that we're going to have to look at and see how we sort of break them down, and how we can keep a clean sheet ourselves against a team that's really good at keeping their own clean sheets.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you very much.
Hi, Josh.
Thank you.
Yeah, good man. I've not got too many. I was just wondering, that final third of last season when things went away, it's a little bit of a motivation for you to all get that right, those who were involved, wasn't it? Because it was a season that was, really there for you, and just your form just slipped. It's like avoiding doing that again, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. It's always the toughest time of the season to pick up those results. Everyone's sort of playing for the same thing, but it's also the best time to do it. If you go on a good run around towards the back end of the season, especially while you're going towards getting into playoffs, it gets you in good stead and good form, and you climb the table quite quickly during that sort of period of the season. But it's definitely an experience that we had last season. We don't want to experience that again, so it gives us more motivation, definitely.
Yeah, I just had a look. You had a promotion early in Nuclear. Was it non-league, wasn't it? Do you remember much about that?
Yeah, it was my first sort of loan spell. I think I was around 16, 17. I went non-league, but I can't take much credit because I was only there for 6 games.
I'll take it. Yeah. I was just thinking, obviously you chipped in with a goal last week. It's sort of defensive numbers, chipping in on that count. Do you have a little competition amongst yourselves? Who gets the most? I know Robbo's got a few, and you started to put your hand up.
Yeah, Connor's got like a little leaderboard when we do set pieces and stuff that he's got on, which is good. Robbo's definitely lead at the moment. Donny's not far behind him, or Donny might even be ahead. I'm not sure actually, but yeah, it's something that even little things like that gets you a little bit more excited to go and attack the corner and get yourself on the leaderboard and stuff like that. So it's all good. It's all good fun.
Yeah, you touched on earlier about obviously Donovan and Conor McCarthy coming in, and they're two great lads. He's a good character, Donovan, and I suppose with Conor especially, he's been through a lot, hasn't he? He has a really serious injury, and he's managed to keep his spirits up, and he must have been pleased for him, especially when he had his little run and his little taste of it.
Yeah, definitely. Conor's professionalism is second to none. He's always training as hard as he possibly can do, and again, it benefits us if he's not in the starting team. It benefits us in the starting team because he's always doing it right and always training properly and stuff. So he deserved his chance because he's been magnificent since he's sort of been training really professionally and training really hard and stuff. And he took his chance really well, and he was very good for those games that he's played in.